Hi, and welcome to Toku Portal Podcast. I'm Ryan. With me is.
Related Decade. And today we're talking about Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, episode 31.
Sorry we missed this yesterday, but we are doing this now.
Yeah, sorry. So we get a little recap. Nada slashes Ko. Bamba attacks. Nada changes into Guy Sorg. And then Kanoa just suggests that they retreat. And then we get the opening. Any thoughts?
Yeah, Bamba and Nada going at it was really well choreographed. It was all out of suit, and the emotion was real. Like, you could feel. Like, the actors did an amazing job with that scene.
Yep, definitely. So Kagayaki Soul doesn't work on Ko's wound. Set appears and tells them that it won't because the Ryu souls weren't made for infighting between the Ryu soul tribe. Interesting.
Well, Guy Sorg is a Ryusoulger armor, so it counts.
Yep. So Toa tells them about the armor's ability to basically control its wearer, and Ko is relieved because he thinks Nada was just under control and can be saved.
But
Yeah, of course, Bomba disagrees, but
Bamba kind of feels that, hey, he was the one who put on the armor, and even Kanoa agrees, like, hey, yeah, he kind of did this to himself. This is the path he chose.
yep. So Ui shows up and tells them that there's something awesome floating outside. There's this large flying dinosaur that is playing music that forces people to dance.
I'm not gonna lie, I've lately been forgetting that Ui was a character on this show.
Yeah, one of the downsides of the show, but oh well. um, so yeah, even the knights are unable to resist and start dancing. Kind of funny, but Kanalo and Oto are fine because of their ears being able to withstand pressure, I guess, since they're
Yeah, their
underwater.
eardrums are thicker from living underwater.
And Ko is fine as well. And we find out later that it's because of
The pain, yeah. I
yeah.
love how they show it to us as well, so that because of the way he flinches,
Mhm.
it's pretty clear, like, oh, the pain is, like, kind of more distracting to him right now than whatever the hell that thing in the sky is.
Yeah. So the 80s will change and cut to the villains. Wise it is excited because people will be too busy dancing to resist their own destruction. Red and Gold's attacks have no effect. Ko thinks Titan can help, but he doesn't know how to break the seal. So they try endangering him like Tiramigo and the others were in episode 1 to release the seal. Yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah, Creon and Wazaru's comedic duo act works really well. Creon is probably still the best character on the show.
Yeah, and who know, Crayon has had ears.
And I do like that the first thing they try to do to make Piton scared enough to break the seal is present him to Dime Volcano. Like, hey, you remember how we had that entire episode about how you shouldn't judge someone by their appearance and like Dime Volcano was actually really sensitive inside? Yeah, no, screw that. He's still the scariest Kishiryu.
Yep, burn him. And then, when that doesn't work, they have Pakigaru beat him up.
I
Uh,
like this because we don't get Kishiryu interacting with each other like the ones that can talk. The last time we got it was Masa Rex in Dime Volcano or someone in Tiramigo, but Tiramigo's always there. So here we got like, hey, here's a few Kishiryu just interacting with each other that doesn't involve Tier Migo.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Um, so, yeah, basically the whole backstory of this Minosaur is that this trumpet player can't play in public. It's pretty much banned everywhere he goes, and he can't afford studio time, so that's where his negative energy is coming from. So Otto feels sorry for Pitan and takes him away. Gaisorg appears and attacks. Ko has no choice but to fight back and rips off his bandages for Ryusoul changing. Pretty badass. And I guess fan service for the ladies.
Like, Ko just went like fucking animal instinct on him. For a moment, I thought like, hey, Ko was incredibly aggressive as a child before he learned what it meant, learned about having friends, and I thought like something awakened in him. Like does the dude have like dinosaur DNA in his body or something?
Yes, he's part T-Rex. Um, so Gatuleus interrupts and attacks Gold. That's fun. Ota considers throwing Pitan off the building. When Wiseter and Crayon appear, Wiseter blasts them off the building, and Pitan uses his true form to save her. He's a pterodon, Kishiryu.
Oh, and obligatory. This is the guy that birthed the Minosaur and what his deal is, but
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even remember where that was because it was such a short scene.
it's literally right after Ko tears his bandages off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that Piton. What finally helped Piton like break the seal was not the fear for his own life, but the fear for someone else, someone he could protect.
Mm-hmm. So Ui gives Red. Oh no. Ui doesn't do anything. Oto gives Red the Ryusoul. Gold is depressed because he didn't get it, of course. Red uses Hia Soul to power up, and it's pretty good looking and cool.
Give this one to Toa.
Yeah.
Seriously, all like Ko is doing like acrobatic flips and such around the battlefield. This complements Toa's battle style incredibly well. Let him use this one.
Yep, that's a good point.
Like
Basically,
you
it's a flying slash ice form.
you gave Marisol to Bamba. Give this one to Toa. Give Pakigaru to Asuna. We'll find one for Melto at some point, maybe.
Just give him Kagayaki Soul and he can sit back and heal everyone. Come on.
Yeah, just relegate Melto to the cleric. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. While he's fighting Sword, Pitan goes and freezes the Minosaur, and the others awaken. So Red flies off to face the Minosaur while the others hold off Gaisorg. Pitan Ryusoul ties into Yokuryuo. And damn, that's a good looking mech.
And it's a unique standalone mech.
Yeah. Even Wiseru is jealous, and he wants wings now too.
They're pretty good wings.
Yeah. During the other Rangers fight with Sword, his helmet dissipates for a second, and Nada apologizes to Toa for kind of just stumbling off. And the Minosaur is defeated. But yeah, pretty fun match fight.
One comment. During the fight against Gaisorg, Melto says Ko believes in Nada, so we believe in Ko, so that's why we fight. And they all charge in, except for Bamba, who hesitates because he doesn't believe in Nada. like it was a very subtle thing, but it was a solid moment for his character because he suddenly had that conflict. Yes, he believes in Ko, but he does not believe in Nada, and he hesitated. Banba hesitated.
Yeah, that was a pretty good attention to detail. Character writing has been pretty solid recently. Um, so shut up. um, yeah, the Minosaur is defeated. Now Ko and the others really believe that Nada can be saved after what Toa tells him. Episode end.
Yeah, this episode was really straightforward, but it had a lot of great character moments for a lot of the cast. Oh, hey, Vashi. Alright, and while Vashi gets his mic figured out, yeah, the episode had a lot of great character moments, and I don't know, I feel like something for Ko was teased when he got serious there, because he was super aggressive as a child, so I think there's some kind of backstory aspect to him that we don't know yet. That's going to be like the big reveal of like, oh, this is why Ko is so different from the rest.
Well, hopefully my mic is working. I do apologize for being late.
All right, we're getting a little weird feedback, but it's nothing bad. So yeah, the notes were really fast because the episode is straightforward. So go ahead and give your thoughts, Bashi. Bashi.
Sorry, I'm on my phone and it rotated off the button.
Oh.
Um, I initially had issues with the idea of the let's save Nada as early as it did through the Geizorg art. But with the way it's been playing out so far, I feel it's been absolutely perfect. Um, my personal thought as for what they teased with Ko would be him basically getting stuck in the guy's orc armor, which would be an amazing first for Sentai. And just this has just turned out to be a perfect execution for what they're setting up.
I can see like Ko getting stuck inside the armor, but I'm wondering like because of how serious Ko got there, I'm wondering. It reminds me of how he was serious as a child. I'm wondering what's the cause of that. What is the root cause behind his aggression? And like what does he have dinosaur DNA or something like that? Like, what is it about him that I feel because they're all. I feel like really feel like they're teasing something because it can't just be like, oh, that's just a personality trait of his.
He has dino guts.
He's King's little brother.
Yeah.
Um, like you've got the standard ones that they could go to. You know, oh, Jordan's had showed up at some point and killed his parents, or like there are so many standard things it can do that I'm kind of hoping it avoids the majority of them.
Yeah. Whatever it is, I don't expect it to be anything very unique. But it seems like they might do a good job with it, so I'm curious what they're gonna do.
So I really want somebody else to get a power up.
Oh yeah, like I was telling Decade, give Piton to Toa. Bamba already has Marisol. Kanalo has Kuroyami Soul. Give Pakigaru to Asuna, and then we'll see if we find one for Melto.
Right. It's like I get that they teased, other people using them with Bombay using Marisol, but damn, Red doesn't need to use all of.
We talked about this before. Like, if red is just the introduction to sell the toys, that's fine. Pass it on to the next person when he's done with it.
Which they haven't fully done yet.
No,
they
it's
nodded to it here and there, but beyond that, no. Red uses them.
it's been disappointing in that regard. There was also how did you feel about Kagayaki Soul not working because it won't heal a wound caused by Ryusoulger because they don't want to encourage infighting.
Like that was a nice touch. In the aspect of it's exactly how that would play out if if that's how any of these got awoken through through it being damaged. That would be the easiest route would just be for the real soldiers to do it, and that's just never good because that does create infighting and resentment and blah 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 blah. And the way they played it off for it rescuing Oto was a nice touch.
I was talking about like Melto trying to heal Ko's wound, but it didn't work.
That. Yeah, I forgot. My brain went to P10 instead because I forgot I didn't know what the actual soul was called.
Right.
For that. But yeah, I like that in terms of the stress it puts and the strength it shows that Ko has to overcome something like that, because that was a bad wound, and for him to power through it shows amazing strength of his own. And then, like you said, yeah, they're not designed to be used on each other, so that's the punishment for doing so.
And the Kishiryu takes an incredibly neutral position. Like, any of us would say, hey, Ko was literally backstabbed. He's not at fault here. But no infighting. Like,
and it's done really well to where like you don't necessarily think about that as just it's just because my initial thought was it's just because it was Geizorg's attack. No, this is what happens when you use a real soul on a real soldier or someone of
Decade, what do you think?
I guess it would kind of explain why in that little cut of the Civil War we got, like none of them were actually transformed. So they probably just had to use like swords against each other when the land and sea were fighting.
I didn't even think of that.
It even goes so far as to explain why, like, even if they were using the souls at that point, why none of them had that brilliant idea to actually use them to heal each other, like, because they couldn't. So that's why that war was as bad as it was.
And if Decade is right, like, any of them that could have used the souls to transform into a real soldier, like, probably couldn't have, under the idea that their Kishiryu forbid it because they didn't agree with the war. Like, no, you need my permission to use my soul, and I don't consent to this.
Which is why the sea people just fucked off.
We gotta get that movie and find out what happened.
It would be very disappointing if that movie didn't explain anything and it was just a filler movie.
Like, Masa Rex, before that movie, is like, I don't think I can trust the land people, but I'll at least give them a chance. And then that post movie, it's like, yeah, whatever. Like it never comes up again. So that movie has to explain something.
Right, like, and the fact that we missed that movie actually kind of helped that whole Masa Rex calling out Nada for being evil. Because with us not having that, it kind of gives him that. Because we were still under the idea that he still kind of mistrusted them a little bit.
But we already knew Nada was evil, anyways.
Well, yeah, we did, but you know, it made the misunderstanding more plausible, not knowing that he fully trusts the land resource.
Any other comments on the episode?
Not really. Just more good fights, more good character writing. Next episode looks like it's gonna be really intense.
Right, fights. Speaking of which, Vashi, did you notice when they were fighting Guy Sorg and Melto said, Ko believes in Nada and we believe in Ko, so that's how we fight. And then Bomba hesitates.
Oh yes, that was a nice touch because because he's still been kind of like on the fence with that whole aspect, and this is more of that him growing as a character. Because we had that bit where he was crying in the episode with Asana's little heart Minosaur, and then this where he's like, I don't want to admit it, but yeah, you're right.
It's like, he believes in Ko, but he doesn't believe in Nada. Like...
Right, and it's a fair point, too. It's like, because everything he knows about Nada is, fuck this guy. But everything he knows about Ko is trusting Ko's judgment, and it's a conflict. And just that small moment showed very well that he still has that distrust of Nada, doesn't really care for him, would rather just kill him, but he's still gonna do this as per Ko's wishes. Also, on a side note, because I'm sure it got covered, why the fuck was Gadgeleus there?
Oh, no, we didn't talk about that. He just shows up at whim.
Like, this is, I want to say, one of the first times we've had both generals more or less on scene. Because we had Wizuru off fucking around with the Minosaur, and then Gadgeleus shows up to get his ass handed to him by Canelo.
In the most brutal way possible, too.
Yeah, that was awesome. He just pins him to the ground and starts slashing. Oh, Getchelace needs to die already. Gold keeps beating him up. He's just a punching bag.
Like, this is going to turn into the Kronos problem of if the heroes can defeat the villain at any time, stop having the villain get his ass kicked.
Right, like, because it's gonna get old watching it, and because now we're just waiting for, oh, how is he gonna run away this time?
It's like, Wizuru, yeah, the heroes can defeat Wizuru at any time, but they've never finished a fight. He always runs away. Gadgeleus stays to finish the fight, loses, and then runs away, but he doesn't die. It's like, Gadgeleus is no longer a threat. Wizuru is still entertaining.
Right. Like, I've never been so hard up for a villain to get their ass kicked just to get rid of them as hard as I am with Gadgeleus, because he's fucking pointless at this point. Like, at least if they brought back Tank Joe, that would still be, a legitimate threat. Gadgeleus is not a threat in any way. mean, Wiseru's really not, but he's very good at withdrawing when somebody's distracted.
And with Wiseru being an entertaining character, like, seeing him run away is part of his character. With Gaguleus, though, just being the whole I never lose kind of guy after he literally lost the fight. Like, dude, why are you back? Why did you come back?
To strategically withdraw. Like, they had such build up for him, too, with him coming back initially with that, oh, I'm gonna do this before he gets a chance. And then he just turned into a bitch.
Right. Anything else?
On one small note, to the special effects department for Sentai and Kamen Rider, see, this is how you do a flying character fight. You know, where it doesn't look like a stupid Gambrai commercial.
Take notes, Ryusoulger.
Take notes 01.
Eh. Is that it?
Yep.
That's all I got. I'm just looking forward to seeing how this Geizor story plays out, because I really want to see Ko get caught up with the armor, mainly because they kind of set all that shit up with it jumping from fucking Sentai Hero to Sentai Hero in that Super Sentai.
And that whole
Super battle
it's
world.
looking for the strongest, like, Ko is the strongest. Sorry. Alright. Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We'll be back in about a half hour for Kamen Rider 01. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. See you guys next time.